Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, our topic is about artificial intelligence and Islam in Malaysia education from ethical perspective. So, my name is Nabihah and I will be the first presenter for this topic. To introduce why we choose education as our topic, it is because as a Muslim, education is the most important aspect in our life. When the first revelation came to Prophet Muhammad, the very first word revealed was Iqra, which means read, from Surah Al-Alaq, verse 1. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Iqra bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. And the Prophet Muhammad also mentioned in one of his hadith, which means seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim. Hadith Ibn Najwa. Next, we choose education in Malaysia. As we can see, education sector has the highest budget allocations in Malaysia. The government views education as a long-term investment. By prioritizing the education, Malaysia aims to create a foundation for future economic and social success. With high budget allocations on education, Ministry of Education has a very firm plan and focus which targeted at the curriculum intervention involving the Malay and English language, the STEM education, the TVET education, digital education, and also preschool education, and must be aligned with the Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025. So this includes their infrastructure, their environment, their classrooms, and etc. So moving on to the next topic, AI in education. AI has the potential to greatly reduce the need of human interaction in several areas of education by automating administrative work, providing designed learning experience, and providing real-time feedback. But also, the appropriate use of AI in educational context is called into questions by issues including privacy, fairness, bias, accountability, and the possibility of job displacement. Moving on to the next slides. So these are the papers that shows and discuss how problematic AI is and how it actually functions as a virtual mentors, voice assistants, and etc. in the educational sector, and how we should actually use AI in a moderate form, and we should remain AI as a tool and not to substitute the role of teachers. Next, the objectives of this study is to explore the relation between AI and Islam in the education sector and the ethical issues. And the next one is to find out the ethical risk of AI and Islamic point of view in this issue. Next is the methodology of this study. So the study employed a qualitative approach with a focus on secondary sources, and we evaluate and synthesize the academic journal articles and research issues to further understand our topic. And also we limit the article selection from 2015 to 2025 to ensure that this research reflects the most current trends, challenges, and innovations in study.
Now we move on to analysis on AI and Islamic ethics in education. AI helps people complete tasks more quickly and easily. According to Hakim and Shamsuddin 2024, in Islam, new technologies like AI require ijtihad, which is independent reasoning, to ensure they align with Islamic values. During the time of Prophet Muhammad SAW, there was no AI. Therefore, Muslims now must need to use ijtihad to apply this innovation aligned with the Islamic principle or Islamic values. Islam allows technology that support the goals of Maqasid Sharia, which is protection of life, religion, intellect, lineage, and property. AI in education may conflict with Islamic ethical values like justice, fairness, honesty, and responsibilities. As Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 30, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. Translation: And remember when your Lord said to the angels, Indeed, I will make upon the earth a Khalifa, vicegerent. In terms of responsibility, the word Khalifa refers to every human being. In relation with education, teachers are appointed as vicegerent, leaders or caretakers of the student, highlights unique role and responsibilities in delivering knowledge, not only delivering knowledge, but shaping the moral character of the students. AI only can serve as a tool to support or assist human life. AI is not meant to lead or take over human responsibilities. This is because AI has no rule, soul, and therefore cannot make ethical decisions independently, and number two, cannot be held accountable for right or wrong actions, while teachers or educators can make ethical decisions and also held accountable if they doing wrong. Next, in terms of justice, as Khalifa, educators are entrusted to uphold justice in educational institutions. This means ensuring students' welfare are protected, regardless their ability or background, whether in teaching, assessment, or treatment, without bias or favoritism. Unlike AI, only humans can apply justice with moral reasoning guided by divine principles. This is because AI only designs what it has been programmed to do. In terms of fairness, the teachers or educators as Khalifa of their student has ability to treat their students with fairness without bias and also has ability to distinguish between right and wrong. The usage of AI will lead to digital divide. For example, the student who lives in the rural areas might not have access the equipment or internet connection compared to the students who live in the cities. Lastly, honesty. Honesty is the foundation of teachers' moral. A trustworthy Khalifa must be rooted in honesty. Honesty builds trust and integrity how the teachers manage decisions. Unlike AI, which may only reflect the data it is trained on without moral understanding. For example, the student can use ChatGPT and generate their assignment or essay and submit as their work. With using AI, such as ChatGPT, will let the students to commit plagiarism. Only humans as a teacher will guide the students in honesty by checking the students' work and say what was they doing is wrong. Okay, we look at one by one. First, protection of intellect, Hifzu al-Aqal. Integrating Hifzu al-Aqal, which is preservation of intellect with AI in the educational area, encourage students and teachers to recognize AI as a beneficial complementary tool rather than a sole source of information. Concerning safeguarding the intellect, while AI may give speedy access to large amounts of information and individualized learning aids, it is crucial that users critically review and deliberately evaluate AI-generated outcomes rather than accepting them blindly. To protect intellectual integrity by encouraging active participation, critical thinking, and discernment, all of which are fundamental aspects of Hifzu al-Aql. Second, protection of faith, Hifzu ad-Din. Hifzu ad-Din, religion preservation, is a key goal of Maqasid Sharia, which focuses on protecting the Islamic faith and its rituals. It entails defending the fundamental concepts of Islam, such as belief in Allah, correct worship of Him, and obedience to Islamic rules and norms. Therefore, the use of AI must be carefully monitored to ensure that material is consistent with true Islamic teachings and does not create distortions or prejudice. This balanced integration helps to preserve religion by increasing students' faith and comprehension while harnessing AI ability to boost educational experience. In the long run, artificial intelligence serves as a great instrument to support Hifzu ad-Din by making education more accessible, adaptable, and successful without sacrificing the basic religious objectives described in Maqasid Sharia. Third, Protection of life, hifzu and nafs. The protection of life, hifzu and nafs emphasizes ensuring students' psychological and emotional well-being in the educational environment. AI technology, if poorly designed or misused, can lead to pressure, emotional stress, or biased outcomes that disadvantage certain groups of students. Additionally, unequal access to AI tools can cause digital divide, leaving students from less privileged or those living in rural areas. By applying the principle of unduly justice, educational institutions must ensure that AI tools are used in ways that respect students' psychological safety, accommodate learning styles, and prevent both emotional harm and bias. This includes addressing digital inequality to ensure equal access for all learners to prevent AI applications from deepening existing educational gaps. Next, protection of wealth, hifzu al-mal. Hifzu al-mal is one of Shariah's 5 essential purposes maqasid with the goal of preserving individuals' and society's financial resources and economic well-being. Hifzu al-mal in education seeks to protect and promote economic well-being via knowledge, ethical behavior, and innovation. Malaysia's educational system has incorporated Hifzu al-mal into the curriculum through vocational training, entrepreneurial programs, and skill development, equipping students to be economically productive and self-sufficient citizens. Consequently, the implementation of AI in Malaysia's education must be consistent with Quranic and Sunnah teachings, emphasizing values like justice, honesty, compassion, and respect for others, in order to guarantee that technology supports equitable income distribution and prevents exploitation. Lastly, protection of dignity and lineage. Hifzu al-Ard were announced. The protection of dignity and lineage relate to safeguarding students' data privacy and personal identity. AI systems often involve the collection of personal information, which, if misused, can lead to profiling, discrimination, or breaches of privacy. Practicing honesty and upholding justice in this area require institutions to implement strong data protection policies, use AI algorithms with transparent decision making, and establish ethical review procedures to ensure that all students are treated with dignity and respect. In conclusion, the integration of AI in Malaysia's education system from schools to universities can present significant challenges that cannot be overlooked. The rapid adoption of AI technologies in education can lead to risks and prioritize efficiency and innovation over the core values in terms of human interaction, responsibility, and moral development. From Islamic ethical perspective, the widespread use of AI raises serious concern about justice, trust, accountability, and responsibility. The over-reliance with AI tools in the classroom could take over the role of educators and deprive students of their moral guidance and human connection, which is fundamental in Islamic education. Inequalities, bias, data misuse, privacy violation, and digital divide are the major challenges that happen if the education system in Malaysia does not practice with Islamic ethics. As Malaysia moves forward in embracing AI in the educational system, it is essential to handle it with caution. Without a solid ethical framework with Islamic teachings such as Maqasid Sharia, it can lead to unintended negative consequences on the quality of education and also the students' moral development. And also limit the usage of AI and increase the capability of human. For example, like the teacher or educator can use Turnitin, which can detect the plagiarism and encourage the students to submit their work originally and increase the productivity of academic. That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.